What's up guys, R13 here and welcome to another Gunpla review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the unboxing and the time-lapse build of the AZ Gundam here. And now, let's review this unit here. So this unit is the AZ Gundam piloted by Tatsuya Yuki, aka Meijin Kawaguchi III, in the Gunpla Build Fighters Battleog final episode. I believe that's episode 5. So this unit is actually quite unique, and it is actually based from the Zeta Gundam, yes. And as you guys can see here, it actually got a really unique design frame, and the color scheme is not that bad also. And for the weaponry, it actually carries a Hyper Mega Launcher that can be combined into a Prime Cannon mode. And then we have the AZ shield, Beam Saber shield, which is located at the left forearm here, that you can actually switch to the other forearm also. It's actually really not that bad. I actually really do like the design frame here, and it is actually quite stable. And now this unit here actually got the Wave Rider form, same as the Zeta Gundam, and sadly, you'll actually have to take it apart and use this piece here to convert it into a Wave Rider form. Now, I'll show you guys on a separate section here what other parts that this unit have. Now, the Beam Saber shield, I want to go with that one first. It's actually quite nice, and let's just remove this piece here. There's actually a slot there that you can, that you guys can see right over there. Okay, come on, focus on me now. There we go. Yeah, and it's very easy. And now, so the reason why this is called an AZ Beam Saber shield is there's a special slot there that you can actually install a Beam Saber effect, which is actually quite nice, and it's actually quite designed quite differently, as you can see here. Yeah, really nice. Okay, so for the next part that I want to show you guys is how to convert the Hyper Mega Launcher here into the Prime Mode Cannon. But first things first, you guys can actually combine this into one weapon. And it's actually quite simple, as you guys have already seen. The trigger actually moves. And all you have to do is, there's two pieces right over there. And you just combine the two together, and there's your firepower. Now, the next part that I'm going to show you guys is the Prime Mode Cannon here. And it is actually quite simple. Hopefully I remember this correctly. Okay. Well, that piece kinda... Okay, there you go. Let's just put that up there. Okay. So, there's actually a slot right over here. And all you have to do is this piece here. You just install it. And then you lower, and there's your Prime Mode Cannon. This is just quite interesting. There's actually more slots there that you guys will see soon. And there's a reason for that, and it's for the Wave Rider mode. Well, and then you can even take this apart, and you can even put that on top as a separate section if you guys want to. It's not exactly in the plan, but yeah, you get two sections there, whichever one you like. Even though it's not part of the manual, but I'm kind of like both. Okay, so let's take this off here. And why don't we do a mobility test here, articulation test. And let's start off with the backpack here. So you guys can see, this actually already moves. Same goes for the tip. And rotation is quite nice. Now let's remove this piece here. You can definitely remove it easily. And you can do it in two ways. You can remove the connectors together or not. Okay, now here's the back, two sections, really nice. And then the next part is the arms here. Now the shoulder piece moves. This is actually a ball joint, and it can even extend, which is actually quite nice. That gives you more mobility and can definitely do a 360, and it's even a double joint also. Oops. And now for the chest area here. Really nice design frame. This piece doesn't actually move. Well, somewhat. So you guys can see there, kinda. And now for the waist area here. Well, it's a ball joint, but the issue is, well, it's not that loose, but it's stiff enough. It will stay. But my suggestion is use clear nail polish to make it a little bit stiff. But it can definitely do a 360. Good mobility. Now for the next part is the waist here. Man, it's actually quite warm in my room. AKA studio. Okay, so for the waist, you get your back skirt that actually moves. And there's even some slots here. And then you get your side skirt that actually moves also. But you got to be careful because it's a little bit loose. And then you get your front skirt that actually moves also. And now for the legs here. Now let's remove this piece. Actually, let's keep that there. Now, as you guys can see here, there's a connector there for your action base. So it's very simple, it's not that bad. And it's actually not a bolt joint, so it can kind of do a split there, which is nice. And it can definitely do a front kick and a back kick also. Definitely. Really good articulation. Yeah. Now the next piece is the legs here. Now the legs can definitely bend. And since it's a part of the transformation mode, you guys will like it. And now for the feet transforms also. Really good mobility. It's a ball joint underneath. And during the transformation mode, you will see a part here where I actually made a mistake. This needs to be out like this, not inside, okay? And there you have it. Look at that position. So now there's some issues that I do want to mention, which are the knobs in certain areas, but you can actually sand it down easily. And yeah, the ball joint here is actually not an issue per se, so it can be easily fixed. Seam lines are there, but it's well placed in areas that you won't even notice it. And there's some really good details. Now let's just put this back together for a moment. Now the AZ Gundam is actually quite nice. Highly advisable. Now, let's go to the next step and do a little bit of a montage wave rider form. Okay, you guys are looking at all the extra parts for the AZ Gundam here. Now, the top left, here are the parts that you're gonna be using the most. You got your beam sabers here, two of them, and there's no way to install them on the AZ Gundam. You get your beam effect parts here, and this piece here is for the forearm attachment. So the rest are just the extra parts. This two here looks like for a trigger, and this other three pieces here are for the landing gear for the Zeta Gundam. And that's it. There's actually not enough parts here to convert the AZ Gundam into Zeta Gundam at all. Okay, let's go to the next step, shall we? There you have it, guys. The Wave Rider mode of the AZ Gundam. It's really not that bad. It actually got a length of 11 inches with a width of 6 inches. It's really not that bad. But first off, I want to mention something here. You need to have a really good action base for when you're for your AZ Gundam here. I got this piece here that was actually loose, so it ended up just falling off a couple of times, so I ended up having to use my spare one here. And for installing it, the frame for the Wave Rider mode already got an attachment to it, and all you need is this piece. There's no piece that you have to include. It's already embedded into the frame itself, and I'll show you guys here right away. There you go. So it's actually quite solid. Now there is one weakness for the Wave Rider mode here, and I'm gonna show you guys here right away, and it's actually this piece here. Yeah, this piece is a little bit heavy, so at one point it may end up becoming loose and might fall off, so you'll actually have to use something like a clear nail polish to stiffen it. And there's the connector there, so you got to be careful also and make sure you have plenty of spaces there if you want to keep this in the Wave Rider form. Okay, well, now the question is for the whole kit itself, is it worth getting? Actually, yes. It's a pretty good price. The design is actually good. It's not that bad. And color scheme is yeah, I like it also. Sky blue, dark blue, white, orange, yellow in certain areas. So yeah, you can actually paint it. You can actually make it look like more military. I've already seen other kits that have been painted differently. And I actually like the overall design frame of this unit. Very solid. Transforming this unit wasn't that bad. Of course, I made a few mistakes, especially with the feathered when I was building it, but I managed to fix it right away. Okay, so yeah, really worth getting. Price can vary depending on location, but if you can afford it, go pick one up. Highly suggestible. Advisable. And for this piece here, you can actually do a kit bash, customize, create your own custom AZ Gundam. There you go. So remember, have a really good action base for the Wave Rider form. For the kit itself, the design, mobility is not that bad. I really like it, and this actually already got a place in my Detolf glass case. Okay, so that is all I got for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and like button. Much appreciated. This is R13. Have a good day, good night, afternoon, wherever you are. Signing out, and have fun building.